Welcome to Okta Release Highlights, September edition. We will go over generally available new features, GA enhancements, and early access new features. Let's get started. Here are some of the generally available new features released this month. Sign-in widget, version 6.7.0. This release includes new features and bug fixes. Features: adds behavior to sign in with discoverable credentials. Adds send push screen for custom push app as OV. Fixes: hyphen breaks in error messages. Terminal view for session expired error. Updates text on challenge screen. Okta ADFS plugin, version 1.7.11 release, has bug fixes and hardening around certain vulnerability issues. Please read the version history. Okta MFA Credential Provider for Windows, version 1.3.7 release, has bug fixes and security enhancements. Next, we have more on PKCE validation for OIDC app integrations. You can now require proof key for code exchange as an additional verification step for any OIDC app integration, except service apps. The OAuth security best current practice recommendation is to use PKCE for all uses of the authorization code flow, regardless of the client type. C. Create OIDC app integrations using AIW. Validation and verification of signed SAML requests. Note, when this is configured, Okta only accepts SAML requests signed using the certificate associated with the app integration. Signed SAML requests ensure that incoming requests are from genuine applications. Addresses scenarios where the assertion consumer service URL requested after authentication can be one of several domains or URLs. When a service provider sends a signed authentication request, Okta can accept dynamic ACS values as part of the SAML request and post the SAML assertion response to the ACS value specified in the request. See the Advanced Settings section of Create SAML app integrations using AIW. Shared SWA app accounts, password restriction. With this release, SWA apps, with an account sign-in option set to users share a single username and password set by administrator. Only super admins or app admins with permissions for that app can view the password. Device assurance for unmanaged devices helps increase security. While you can secure access to your corporate resources with passwordless MFA using Okta FastPass, you can't ensure the security posture of the device itself before granting access. This is especially true for unmanaged devices, where a complementary device management agent isn't present to validate the compliance status of that device. Now, device assurance policies enable you to define device security posture requirements that must be satisfied in order for a user to access a protected resource. This allows you to protect your organization's data and services by ensuring access is only granted to secure devices, even if those devices aren't managed. See Device Assurance. LDAP Real-Time Synchronization. Admins no longer need to perform full or incremental imports of user attributes, and user profiles, groups, and group memberships are always up to date. With real-time synchronization, profiles, groups and group memberships are updated when LDAP-sourced users sign into Okta, or when they refresh their people page. And also reduces the burden on system resources because user attributes are imported and updated individually and not in large groups. See Manager LDAP integration. Improved status updates for AD-sourced users. The status of AD-sourced users is now automatically changed from staged to activated following successful desktop single sign-on authentication. This change reduces the time admins need to spend manually activating users and speeds up user access to applications. See Active Directory Desktop Single Sign-On. New Recent Activity page on the new Okta End User Dashboard. The Recent Activity page provides end users with a summary of recent sign-in and security events for their Okta account. End users can also report suspicious activity to their Okta admin by clicking I don't recognize this. See Recent Activity. Moving on to GA enhancements. Custom domain status. On customizations, domain, a new status field indicates whether the custom URL domain configuration is active, pending, or certificate expired. C. Customize the Okta URL domain. New enhancement, visual improvements on the admin dashboard. The updated timestamp now appears at the top right of the overview widget. The overview and status widgets now take up less space. See Dashboard. Clarified sign-in widget text. The instructions on the Verify with your email page of the sign-in widget now specify that the end user must click the action button for Okta to generate and send the verification email. OIN Manager user interface changes. The OIN Manager includes the following updates. The UI has been updated to match the current Okta style. The Okta logo has been updated. A note that lists the time required to process new submissions is displayed. 403 Error for rate limit violations. When an org reaches its operational rate limit for SMS requests, a 403 forbidden error is now displayed instead of a 429 too many requests error. C. Configure client-based rate limiting. Early access features. SSO Apps Dashboard Widget. The new SSO Apps widget displays the number of user sign-in events across each of your org's apps, over a selected period of time. You can use it to see which apps are used most frequently, and to easily monitor the authentication activity across your org. See Monitor your SSO apps. Thank you for viewing the September Okta release highlights. For details, please visit the Okta release notes and product notes at the links in the description.